it doesn't want to let my streaming software connect because why would you work software? So I'm making a new one and I'll tweet out shortly. We are maybe
Oh, so the
live.
link is not.
And by the way, so we
Wait,
we,
what?
we might be we are live. So like don't say anything incriminating, Jeff. And I'll
We're
copy out the
okay. So we're live, but not on the link that I made because if I make a link on my phone, you don't know how to access it. But I made
no.
because
I
if
know
I
how to
make a link,
access it, but YouTube doesn't, which is ridiculous, and you can't change it after the fact, which is let me just tell you, Jeff, fantastic UI design. People that have made this software have done great stuff. So what I'm going to do, Jeff, is I'm going to just put it on Blue Sky really quick. And what I
but
wound
yeah,
up,
so that means like no one's going to be here. It's just going to be us.
well, that's we can do it out. I don't know. I'm fine recording, and the other one like was scheduled, but was there a link on Patreon? I don't think there was. If I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
I put a link on Patreon, bro. That's
This is
the main thing I did.
all right. So, is there a way to edit that one? Because the other one I was unable to access at all, which is great.
I could if you give me the link, but
Oh
like
yeah,
I don't
give
have the
me
link you're using.
two
Like
shakes of a lamb. This is fun
I'm
listening. If
also
anybody,
driving a car right now,
let's
Dre.
let's
So
let's
like
not have you. At some point,
so
we'll work
like
on.
I could pull
No,
over
let
and do
let's.
that. I'm actually almost home, but
All right. Well, burrito is there.
well, if
Um,
burritos where in the one I made or the one that you
the new
just made?
one. So hopefully, burrito
Okay,
did it right and did the like and subscribe. Because yeah,
sounds like Burrito did. Burrito does good stuff, so he does good
burrito
work.
does good stuff. Well, let me try for real. I'll at least do blue sky. If you do me a solid there and just reskeet it or whatever.
Oh
Go.
man, that just made me so uncomfortable what you
I
just said.
know,
But
right?
yes,
Going live on. There, you all get to listen. It's been a day. I've explained in past.
this
Sometimes
is great.
iList Dre'K is regularly scheduled content to help grow Jeff's brand, and sometimes it is Dre needs a release at the end of a long day. Today it was a little bit of the
Yeah,
latter. To be fair, today was a fun day. We recorded the X Men animated series episode, and Jeff, I am looking forward to editing that so much. Like it was fun to record, and I am looking forward to edit it. So I'm just trying to multitask to break some
yeah,
Marvel
that show was unhinged.
in so many ways. Yeah. So there. So here's the start, Jeff. So I wouldn't worry too much. On Blue Sky, there is a link to
Yeah,
the live stream that's going on now.
that's weird because I'm refreshing it and I'm not seeing the notification. Oh, there it
Oh,
is.
burrito. So burrito,
There it
Jeff.
is.
Oh, burrito. You are going to enjoy your Patreon pledge this month. I guarantee it. I hope. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Random trash garbage there. I hope if you don't like it, let us know. But I got a kick out of how we did producers on this show. Now, Jeff, what I'm going to do to start, the start of this. So Eric Germ said can find some cool
For sure.
carbs. Cool carbs here. Yeah, I mean, dude, I did have some cool carbs. My wife made ginger snaps, and
Oh,
I've been doing a good job. Let me get the overhead light off so it's not so reflecty, and we'll go. So these are the awesome mutagen canister kids made by the fantastic Mark Pignator that we gifted the Magi with. That was last week's episode. So essentially, for those
yes,
that
we
don't
did.
know, I sent these to Jeff with Walker Morgan. I said, "Hey Walker, do you want to send some of these to Jeff?" And then Walker pinged Jeff. I don't know which happened first. I should track down the timeline, but it's funny regardless. And then Walker and Jeff sent me my own set. Now, Jeff, here is why I'm elated. This is a backup binder I had just for collation. I'm not as worried about this set, of course, for collectability, but good God. So this is a 9-carder. So this is what Mark Pignator made. So these are the cards, and they are fantastic. And what he did on every 9 set is
They
the
have
back.
little,
And I
yeah.
love this. So in terms of being, you know me, the collector, the collator of putting these in a binder in correct order, you got that. I'm blocking the light a little to move it around because it's a little harder to do a full binder, but you got those. And I'm in love, Jeff. I am in love. I'm going to leave the big cards up because we obviously go back to last week's episode if you want to see the full break of all the cards, and Jeff's broken some of these too. But here are the big images when you collate the full
Yeah.
sets, and he does alternates. So right, so there's basically this one is cards 1 through 9, And then he actually has them labeled on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see on the top right corner, it's like 1B. So it's
Yeah.
1A. These are all the cards from the 1 through 9A. Then these are all the cards through 1 through 9B. And so
Oh,
these are awesome. And this
fancy.
dude right here, this right here is awesome. This super, this Kevin Nash super shredder. It's either king size Kevin or super Sakai, but oh my
Saki.
gosh, I love it. Super Saki. There we go. That one a little grosser than I like, but I'll take it. Ah,
Oh, that's the pizza face guy,
pizza
right?
face. Let's see. That's is
Muckman
that
and
on
Joe
this page?
Eyeball.
Actually, this one is
That's Muckman and Joe Eyeball, Drake.
Pizza Face and Krusty Craig. Or no, not that was the other one. Whatever. All right, got April O'Neil. Heck yeah! That and you said this was a
Mondo
popular
Gecko.
card for you, right?
That's Burrito. Well, because Burrito's a big Burrito who's watching, big skateboarding guy. So he I know he requested a Mondo Gecko.
Yeah, this. I mean, right there. I love that.
Yep.
That. Let's see. Yeah, some of
Man,
these
I
are on the
wrenched
same
my
page.
back in boxing today, and it sucks.
What did you injured your back?
Yeah, I wrenched a muscle in my back left shoulder blade.
Oh, I'm
Now I
sorry.
have
I'm
I
sorry.
have
to
a
hear-
big knot now in my back.
You're going to take your massage gun to it? And then we got, by the way, this is the one card of this, because you did break these, Jeff. If you have a spare base 45B, it is not too much effort. I will take that off your hands. If not, I'll just have that slightly bented one in my...
Who is it?
That's 45B. I'll tell you really quick before I get to real breaking. Is Undercover Glover. And I'll maybe...
Oh, that's the Donatello. That's the Donatello in the in the outfit. Yeah.
All right. So by the
In the
way,
disguise.
so today I've got two things, Jeff, because it is the last break of the year, because I am taking next week off, in large part because I will be in some form of travel. I'm going out to Colorado to visit the folks. So I'm going to break out the good stuff. I've got a backlog of these PBA bowlers, the Leaf. I do love Leaf. They are good bang for your buck because these are well protected cards. I've broken these before, but it's only 5 per a box. It's in theory supposed to, or 7. It's supposed to be 7. I've seen them put extra, and that's because Leaf hand collates. And what I think I've noticed is sometimes when the chaser card is, maybe the signature's a little smudged, or
when your premium isn't the most premium.
when they're like, oh yeah, this bowler from the 50s that if you're a huge, like that maybe the people on the tour would appreciate, but you might not. Sometimes they'll throw an extra card or two in there. So, I mean, I've absolutely adored Leaf. I'll also throw this out. We're not sponsored by Leaf, but Leaf, if anybody out there ever wants to, I'll just say, like, these have also graded really well, and these are thick cards. But part of the reason they grade well is because they're hand collated. They seem to treat really good. I got a Gem Mint 10. I'll pull that really quick, actually, because it's readily available. But this is one of my most awesome objects. This is a Pete Weber, Who Do You Think You Are? I Am Gem Mint 10 Auto.
That's so cool.
That is like, and then of course the Harden, which I would have loved a 10, but the Harden that you grabbed came back a 9. So I mean, still, like, I mean, it's funny to say that I have probably thus far, this is what you shouldn't do. I have probably made my money back on these cards thus far with the breaks I've had. And then of course what you should do is you stand up and you walk away and you leave the table. But Jeff, nope. Going back to it.
You bought yourself another. The thing about those packs though too, which I think is great, is I feel like at some point in time they hit like a good cost, right? Like they got cheaper, right?
Yeah, I got them early. I found them like basically when the cases dropped, and it was one of these two things where I was like, either A, if I ever wanted to resell, I could actually keep them, in stock and resell them, or just hold them for a while. So some adults have wine cellars. And Jeff, I have like a card cellar where I just have some cards that I might break, and I'll zoom in so we can get a better view. So let's see if we do good on this one. And actually, let me zoom in just a little more. Tell me if it.
So you're doing the break right now, huh?
I'm gonna break. Well, so I'm gonna start with PBA, and then I'll do some Marvel Universe
nice.
to end. Because PBA. I mean, it's frustrating because like as a collector, that's the thing. As a collector, I love these. They're already sleeved up pretty well, right? They're not that unaffordable, especially to your point. If you do one of two things, you either like go to David Adams and wait for. I'm going to turn on the overhead light and hope it's not too reflective just to help on that. I turned it off so it wasn't ultra reflective on the binder, but I'll turn it on for this.
You know, what's funny is I instinctively wanted to be like, oh, we've pulled this card before, but then I was just like, oh no, they all look like a bowler.
But you actually have pulled it. But this is a fine one. Like, this is kind of not quite MJ, maybe KD, but he is the youngest bowler to 5 Masters, a two-handed bowler. He's really good. So actually, in terms of in terms of base cards, I'm actually starting pretty strong. Let me try this, Jeff. We've mentioned this before. These are great cards for value as a collector, in my opinion. The hard part with them is, they're only 7 cards, so it's hard to stretch a full hour break. So when
how much is a box of those?
Probably around 70 to 80 if you did what I said,
bad.
like go for a deal or buy a case or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Meanwhile, I got Adam for Christmas. I got him a Breaker's Delight Topps Chrome tennis box. And that had 12 cards total, and it was definitely more.
Did he open it, or is he waiting to open it?
Oh, we opened it on Saturday.
Okay, so let me ask, is it content based, or did you open it and you can talk about it? I don't want spoilers. If it's content.
Well, we opened it together, and it's funny because we got each other cards, obviously.
Well, but I guess what I'm asking is, did you film it and it's future content, or is it stuff I can start bugging you about?
Filmed. We filmed it on a phone, but it was also at a holiday gathering.
Okay, well, so what I'm going to do for future me, this is me being the fan and being like, Jeff, no spoilers on Jeff content. So I'll see that in future.
No,
Awesome.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I wasn't going to.
Well, good. I'm glad, Jeff. You're a good friend.
Well, I'm glad too.
Okay, so this is actually starting out strong. Now, these are base. There are numbered cards in these packs as well as autographed.
It's autos, yeah. You
But
should have
I'll say, but my base, I'm
first.
starting strong because these two are two of the most accomplished two-handed bowlers. This is Jason Belmonte, the greatest bowler of all time. I have photos with me at one of my heaviest, which is great, so it's not the best selfies, but I've met him. He's awesome. Anthony Simonson, he left early, so I didn't get his auto, so Anthony should have stuck around. This is a young Wes. I love this guy. He is a giant. He's just a giant dude from Texas. I think Texas, Wes Malott. He's a good bowler. So at least my base cards, these are really established. Got my Harden. This is an awesome base set. So now I'm really actually nervous going into the end because now I'm worried that they were the end is really bad. So let's throw a Belmonte, a Harden, whatever early. I have an autograph. You pulled the autograph. One of my favorites, Jeff. One of my favorite reactions. I have a short clip of that. James Harden. Okay, now here's the point, right? Mark
that Harden
Baker.
auto was cool as hell.
Let's take a look. You all maybe saw who the next one is, but I'll read. It says he's a 4-time PBA champion and he's a renowned coach. So I mean, this is it's an of 15, which is great numbering, but this is akin to pulling a mid-tier all-star. So a good one, but not amazing. This one, I think I've got a numbered one of him. That's Sean Lavery Spar. It's a good bowling name though, and they don't have the stats on the autograph one, so it just says congrats, you got it. Matt Google. I have another auto of this guy. Oh, what's up?
I said they call you a nerd when you get that autograph too.
Okay, Matt Ogle. I think I pulled him before. Matthew Rousseau's a decent bowler, and yeah, this guy's pretty good. This is a nice auto. I actually have a numbered one of these, so yeah, this is I kind of caught it early because if you notice, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They gave us 9 cards. I'm guessing what happened, not to sound mean to the fine bowlers at the end. These are the key about this is the set is small enough, Jeff. Every single one of these bowlers is one of the greatest bowlers that has ever lived. Has won at least a title or two, is really accomplished. But I'm guessing they got to the end and are throwing a Belmo and a Simonson because these are contemporary, well-known bowlers. So I called it early. Where I was these are fine. My numbered cards are fine, my numbered and autos, but not up there with the Pete Weber auto with the James Harden.
The James Harden of 8.
Oh, that was so good. That's one of my favorite cards of all time. Okay, I have 18 cards remaining of Impel, or not Impel anymore. It changed to SkyBox.
Oh, it's Series
We've
4.
kind of talked these. I do like these.
I was going to say, how about Silver Sable making it onto the packaging?
Not bad. I mean, is there any reason why not, or any comments as to?
Yeah, because she's a C tier character.
I mean, well, so was arguably right. So was Iron Man at one point, and then
No, Iron Man's always been an A tier character. He just always hasn't sold a ton of books. But he's always been like a pretty.
So at this point, by the way, I'll do a brief hop over to the browser and do the TCDB collection. I actually had to upload. I love TCDB, and you can upload like the collections. I actually had to upload some of the Leaf stuff, so I was able to keep track of it, which is really cool. Like this is like a collaborative Wikipedia-ish site where you can track your cards, lie to yourself about the value of your collection, because like it's like if you have 100 cards or a full set that's 200 cards, it's like, yeah, if you sold them each for a quarter, you could get, $50. No one's going to buy them all for a quarter. But on SkyBox, I have at 131 out of 180. I just went out and bought the Prism set. Let me see if I can get the overview. This
The
is the
2099 set?
yeah, the 2099. Yeah, you're right. Good memory. Yeah, the inserts and related sets. So yeah, there is the red foils. So I just went out and bought those because they're 1 per 10. And I was like, yeah, I'll just buy them. They're pretty cheap, right? Because none of them, not to be mean, none of them are that amazing. And I actually found the 3D hologram card, this one here. I actually found that at a card show, and it was one of the few bright spots in a bunch of like things that maybe have got me off grading. Because I found all of these holograms at a card show and was like, I'll send them off and get graded. And a bunch of them were like tampered with, and they came back bad. And that's on me. That's on me, and don't have a sharp enough eye to know shouldn't have graded. So that's the point. Like if you're going to grade, either grade for sentimental, which I got the Doom Kid graded, Jeff. Psylocke, Speedball. Ooh, I got our cable. We talked some cable today, Jeff. He does come up. Either
What's
go
that
for
auto on the side of can you hold that
which
the
one?
Psylocke?
Oh, the Psylocke. Okay.
I'm trying to get a better view of the auto on that. I forget who
And
drew that.
BC Peterson 93.
Oh, it's Brandon Peterson. Okay.
And this, by the way, this is interesting. I can go both ways. This set, all the 9, a bunch of the 9 things are similar, where they make a complete picture. So
Yeah,
he'll
they
have
all
drawn
do.
the
Yeah,
entire page.
all the character cards do, and then there's like greatest battles cards and stuff like
And
that.
those are just, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so you have that one. So that's the one with Phoenix in the middle. That's obviously the new Warriors set with Speedball. There's the X-Force one, I think, is drawn by Joe Madureira.
And you said that's your favorite set, like your favorite 9 card in this set.
Well, it's what you mean, the one with that Joe Mad did? Yeah, of course. Like he was a great artist at the time, and
then what I'll say, this is like a bummer, right? The back, I really loved the Impel backs with like the cool infographics and stuff, and this just gets really cluttered and noisy and not as pretty looking.
Yeah, but I don't hate the bonus art though. Like that's the other thing. Like you get an extra drawing of the character's face and body in a more trading card scenario. Like the one of him with the knee pads up, that's a very trading card looking card or image. But because the set of 9 had to be one large photo, because like, next to him is Strife, so like that's one of those ones where I like that they add that on the back.
This is really cool. Jeff just ran. This is a callback to an episode that's not released yet. So, but we discussed this today on this episode, on this week's episode of Nerd, on this bonus episode. So if you are not signed up at the Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff May, we record an episode on a very Morlock Christmas that doesn't happen until season 4 of the X-Men animated series. And I loved it. And Jeff had different opinions.
Yes, he did.
Wolverine versus Cyber.
I love that Wolverine versus Cyber card. I think that's Dan Panosian did the art.
Jarvinen?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jarvinen did a bunch of those, and they've got really cool, like the profiles on the back look really cool.
That's awesome. That is rad.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I used to recreate those profile drawings all the time.
How good of an artist are you? Because you've mentioned that, like, as a teacher, you'd like put little things on like kids.
I was a very talented young artist and a very mediocre adult artist.
Still better than most, though.
I didn't stick with it. That's the reality.
Yeah, I'm hit or miss on that because I'm similar on like the chest front, and I had like a weird experience where there was a kid I was kind of, not in a bad way, like had a duel with. Had seen it a couple tournaments back when I had time for chess tournaments. Our Darkhawk Jeff, but again, we've mentioned not shiny enough. Do love that Carnage. I've got this before, but that's a good one.
Carnage is a fun one. That page is a set. I
That's a good.
love the that who's that? Sabiak? Alex Sabiak did that art.
Nice. I do. And then what's is it
Yeah.
doing both the artist and like the inker?
I'm guessing artist, inker, and maybe even colorist. But Alex Sabiak, his like mainstream book that he did is he was the artist for Web of Spider-Man for a very long time.
That's awesome. By
So
the
like if you've
way,
ever seen like that silver spider armor version of Spider-Man, that I believe was designed by Alex Sabiak.
really, that is so cool. And what I'll throw out here is like physics wise, if you notice that Juggernaut's not moving, like every bone in Spider-Man's leg should be shattering here, but okay. We'll give it to you.
USC.
agent. I don't. Oh, the Falcon. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Future Captain
Oh, you needed
America.
him?
I don't know.
Wild
I may
thing.
have had. I'll throw this out. It's been a few weeks. It's been like a month since I've broken these, Jeff. And you've been talking to me. You know where my brain is at the end of a long day of streaming and stuff. And I don't even compare to you. You've been many more hours than me. We got our Wild thing.
Wild thing. What a
Yeah,
weird.
You know what, Jeff?
Doing the British.
This
What?
is the difference between you and me, where like I flip the card and I'm like, "Where'd the infographics go?" And you're like, "Hey, Dre, did you notice there's more art on the left?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but we already got the art."
And you get your little infographic. The
It
infographic
sucks.
is
It's like, why bother?
unimpressive.
Like
Yeah.
at this point, I would like to this point, I would ditch this and just do and like that should be the whole profile if you're going to do it that way. Like just get the first appearance at the bottom. But and we've had talks. I think you've kind of said this was kind of a not super inspired set. I think some of the pages can be good, but I think at this point,
It was a dark time for Marvel.
at this time, this kind of reminds me like X-Men season 5 and maybe even season 3.
The Canadian season.
Yeah, where they like they cut the budget on the thing. So it's like you still have talented people working on it. You still have a great property underneath, but there is a drop in quality. Daredevil versus this is a classic one, right? Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
That fight.
Yeah, I like that one.
What were like how many split personalities did she have? I forget.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I actually really like that Super Skrull card.
By the way, I'm going to come back to these just because you mentioned this, and it's funny because normally I'm the one that's like, look at the back of the card for all the information, and then you're like, the back of the card has cool art, and you're right. These profiles, I really like that. That's like you could hang that up on a wall. Like if you could leave the middle or even cut out the middle. That's a cool set of art. You like the Scrolls card, and let's see, Morgale, Gaal, Gaal. Is what I'm seeing at the bottom there. It's kind of hard to. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, all right. But you just like it. And then Heart Attack. Let's see, when does Heart Attack first appear? Yep, Ghost Rider
on the
1990.
Ghost Rider episode.
Nice memory. But I was like, this
On the Ghost Rider thing.
I was like, this feels like I was like the name and the look. I was like, this looks 90s as hell. Flipped it over. Yep, 1990. All right. Crime Scene Kitchen has okay, so I'm gonna do the quick check-in for chat just to do that. Jeff is manning the chat just to make sure. So way back when we were doing and while I'm opening the pack, I'll just say it. Eric Germ mentioned way back the Baxter Stockton like full set, 100%. So Burrito says more about Avril Lavigne than skateboarding. Agreed, we all are. If Jeff was an operation board, the wrenched shoulder would. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you're on operation, I get it. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good comment.
There you go.
From Eric. Like, yeah, the operation, like what we need to do.
Eric's great. I met Eric in Philly. Last time I performed in Philly,
Eric's
Eric.
with
Eric's
K's.
great.
Eric's with K's are good peoples. Then we got Landon and Exploding Ruins in the chat. You are both awesome. And then just 3 seasons of Crime Scene Kitchen. I can't remember which reality show the Crime Scene Kitchen is.
Don't look at me, man.
Okay. Yeah, this is the one where this page is all right. This is a full X-Men page, but because it's a full page, like, it's a little weird. And then I have no idea what's going on with Wolverine's eyes in this one. They kind of look a little off, but
They're a little wide. I believe the artist for that is Art Thiebaert,
that's on
and
the top,
he's
yeah.
normally an inker.
Top left, this one we've noticed, and I think he's pretty good. Like I've liked some. I think in the 92 Impel, but I could also buy, asking the artist for more. I know I've gotten this card before, The Secret of Spider-Man's Parents. I don't remember if I've gotten the Techno Wizards.
Yeah, that's another one of the British invasion ones.
Brits, eh?
So I believe that's going to be 2 numbers away from Wild Thing. If you go to that Wild Thing card, she should be
So 120,
2 to 4 numbers away from them.
128, and that's a little back, so maybe I'll do that at the end. We got Hulk versus X Factor, a very noisy card. This is Jarvinen and Van Kata, I guess.
Yeah, I think Jarvinen did a lot of the battle fights, and I do believe Dan Panosian has a couple, I think.
I brought this up before. The Brood, one of my favorite X-Men covers is, I forget the artist, but I found the Brood cover that he did, which is Wolverine turning into a Brood, like falling down.
Mark Silvestri.
And I think Mark Silvestri, correct me if I'm wrong, also did the cover where Wolverine is fighting Power Pack while smoking a cigarette, which is just...
Maybe, but he also did the Crucifixion cover.
Oh, dear God. All right.
Silvestri was actually like a really, really important artist for X-Men at the time, and Wolverine.
When I'm done breaking, I might look up that, but he's a fantastic artist, and I'm just saying, like, some of the best.
Well, that cover is so iconic that they used it in Deadpool and Wolverine. One of the Wolverines.
Not the Brood one, the Crucifixion one, like on the skulls and stuff.
Crucifixion one, yeah.
Good movie,
but also, by the way, Mike Mayhew's Aliens #1 cover is an homage to that Wolverine Brood cover.
You're right. And if you go back to, was it last week's mailbag or 2 weeks ago, where you showed the metal panels you can find?
I'm about to mail that out. Yeah.
If you go over to What Not Right on Thursdays, Jeff does stuff for Mike Mayhew Studios, and there are some. You said, in your opinion, this is what you've said, and I have no reason to doubt you. You're an honorable fella. The metal plates, you say, are some of the best value you can get there, and they're really cool gifts. Got our Moon Knight, Cobweb, and Silver Surfer. Very Jack Kirby inspired, right, with the dots.
That's Ron Lim right there.
Ron Lim? Heck yeah.
That should be Ron Lim. Look for an auto. There should be Ron Lim.
It's also possible because they're full, they're full pages. They may not be on every one. It might be at the bottom. I do believe you're right, because I think you asked about Ron Lim when I sent you some of these cards, like just pictures. They went to the bottom. All right. I'll pick up the pace just a little. So let's do the station identification, patreon.com/Jeff May. You are at Jeff Has Cool Cards. Like and subscribe. I don't think I've got the Gambit yet. This is I've really loved the 3-card Gambit. That's a pretty iconic image and has been used in a lot of this one. This one's a little because it's a full scene, a little more muted. It's all right.
Yeah.
Like, this scene, like that's kind of the problem, is like, because they drew a full scene, some of the individual cards can be not as exciting, even though I do like the artist that's done good stuff on previous cards and stuff in the past. The Claw. What? But he doesn't have a claw.
It's Claw. That's what's his name there?
That's not a claw, though. That's like a, I don't know.
No, his name is Ulysses Claw. Genius.
So his name's the Claw, but he didn't have a claw, but he has like an arm.
No, it's not. His name isn't the Claw. His name is Ulysses Claw.
So he just goes by Claw, but he didn't have a claw. I'm gonna ding him
and
on that.
He's played by Andy Serkis in the Black Panther films and Avengers: Age of Ultron.
That's right, because he loses the arm and stuff to Ultron.
Correct.
Yep, Ulysses Claw showed up in 1966. I'm like, dude, if you've got one arm and your name is Claw, you got to get a claw, dude. That's my rules. Sorry, Jeff. That's how I do it.
I think that's the irony of it.
I guess that works too. Okay, Warlock versus Man Beast. I may have gotten this
card
that's
before,
a weird one. That is wild. Let's see what the profile looks like. I love that. I don't know. That's so cool. It's so stupid. We got Evil Superman here, the Proctor.
Look at Proctor. That Scarecrow looks so stupid.
It should be the nightmare fueled one. I know this is DC, not Marvel, but the nightmare fuel Scarecrow from season 4 of Batman the Animated Series.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God! Like, who let him get away with? I love him.
Yeah, that's wild. Oh, we got that's Dead Zone. Man, I forgot about that character.
That's pretty cool.
Jeez.
I don't remember.
And a Sleepwalker though coming up next.
Sleepwalker was a rookie previous, so I have his rookie card, and this is the follow-up.
Yeah, Sleepwalker premiered in that little thing. Oh, that's a nice what's that? Star. What's her name? Starhawk.
Yeah, the card, like the fonts and stuff, are a little noisy. I'm going to show something funny, and then Executioner's Song. Yeah, because what this guy, what's his name? Like, is like a Cable clone or something. I wasn't around enough for this, but
it's Strife.
Strife and Cable are like the same or something, and this was in 92 to 93, so this is like right when I started getting out of.
Oh yeah, it was a 12-issue miniseries, and each one came polybagged with a trading card. It was the whole story of that was that they thought Cable shot Professor Xavier, but it was actually Strife in without his mask, so it looked like Cable. So it was like everybody was on the hunt for Cable, and Cable was trying to exonerate himself.
Okay, and by the way, we got some nice Cable with the time machine trying to exonerate himself. I love that. I'll throw out, we got a few more comments. The Moon Knight is rad. Dominique Palmeria, or apologies, Dominic. I'm just going to say Dominic P, so I don't butcher your last name and disrespect it. Awesome viewer. Thank you for watching more. Thank you. Burrito says that Claw is the first boss in the Avengers arcade cabinet. That's cool. Bloodseed, Black Knight, riding the fake horse.
Riding his little fake horsey, yeah.
Whatever that.
Darkhawk. You got a Darkhawk versus Evil Hawk coming up.
That's I love this. This is such a 90s
and
card.
Important.
The most
it's the most
ridiculous.
90s ass card you can see.
Yep, 92, 93. I don't remember this character, but I have pulled before. You know, at this point, as I already noted, I've got, 130 out of 180, and I know I picked up some more here. That is one of the things. That's why I love the Leaf. I get done with that Leaf set, and I can put these all in a really quick thing that's not going to take too hard if I want to put some of the nicer ones. Nothing personal to any of the numbered cards, but none of the numbered cards make me want to do anything more with them in that one. That's easy. I'm going to have so much stuff to go through, and I have duplicates, and, I'm assuming same thing you do. Like, if they're not important or whatever, you can just recycle them or give them away. Yeah, I was bummed by this Rogue. That's a full image with, like, Magneto in the middle, but, compared to previous versions of Rogue, me, I'm such a
Also,
Rogue
if I
fan.
recall, her eye's kind of wonky in that one.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put it in the script for our episode today, Jeff, when we were talking about a very Morlock Christmas episode. That is a pretty rad Doctor Doom, though, actually. I forget the full scene. That has to be Fantastic Four.
That this is good. Oh, you have the Darkhold people coming up next.
Okay, Darkhold Redeemers. That's, it looks like they're here to sell you the Book of Mormon. I love it.
Well, they're there to deal with the book, that's for sure.
All right, let's see. Ultimate Book of Evil Spells unleashes its monstrous magic. They swing into action to stop it. 1992.
That's the Darkhold is the MacGuffin that the Scarlet Witch has been dealing with since WandaVision and like Mouth.
That book and stuff. And
Doctor Strange. That book. That's the Darkhold.
Have you caught up on Agatha all along? It's supposed to be good. Meant to.
Oh, I gotta watch it. Yeah.
So much. And then Blood Axe?
Look at Blood Axe.
Okay, what year? 91, 92?
I think he's like an 80s
92,
guy,
Thor 92.
Oh, was he 92?
90. Oh, come on. That's 90s as hell.
Yeah, but he might have been a redesign,
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, I don't know. The name, too, maybe a little more clever in the past.
Yeah, the name is a little Liefeld, I guess.
All right, by the way, I will have to shout out, if you're on the Patreon tier, patreon.com/Jeff May, Havoc. Poor Havoc. Man, I like the old Havoc, like in the black suit, but is what it is.
Oh yeah, that's X Factor Havoc.
Yeah, the X Factor Havoc. Is he still with the female Magneto? Not legit.
Polaris. Yeah, Polaris, he was dating Lorna Dane at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Namorita.
Namorita.
Is this
his cousin?
No, I was seeing if that's Marina, right, or no, a different one. Because we
Marina looks more like a fish woman.
Yeah, we mentioned in the episode we just did. So sorry, patreon.com/Jeff May. Monday we released early to your patrons because we love you all. Mr. Sinister is kind of funny. I like that.
Yeah, it's Joe Mad right there.
Joe Mad, love it. Do you see a signature, or do you just recognize? You that good?
It's him.
Yeah, you're cool. No, I'm wicked impressed with your ability to recognize that. But okay, so Anna and the Apocalypse released early to patrons on Monday. Don't worry, it's coming to you free on Thursday if you're not able to be a Patreon subscriber. We understand. But we are doing also, as I mentioned, the X-Men A Very Morlock Christmas on Thursday. Jeff, let's see. The cool friend you did, Randall Maynard. Is that coming? I'm trying to remember. Randall Maynard, is the free episode coming out this Tuesday? I'm just trying to get it. Yeah, that was an amazing episode. I loved that so much. You did get around to recording Ugfine, but are you releasing that at the end of the year? Is that how you were kind of saying it?
I think I might be releasing it like later tonight. I don't know.
Cool. Depending on when you release it, I might stay up and listen because that's fun. Wednesday, you are having. We've already broken it, but just in case, we can pretend we didn't already. Jeff, do you want to talk about Wednesday's I Must Break You?
I'll be joined by David Bell. We're going to be opening X-Files cards.
Also, Jeff, so I sent some X-Files a card. I'm gonna apologize for this, Jeff. I did send you a package. There are like 3 WWF 1990 packs in there that I found at a card show that were just too perfect. Unfortunately,
Oh, yes.
that's the year before the Undertaker appears in packs of cards.
Yes.
But if you like, there's crossover because of course we did do that year. We did 1990 Survivor Series Guardian. So just keeping you appraised of that, and like I said, apologies for sending you like a big goodie bag that's like not collated and hard to do it, but just reminding you. And if there's time before Wednesday to remember, it's actually it's a slick Iron Man card.
Yeah, it's a good looking Iron Man.
Yeah, and the back's good. Like your point, the back's good. Yeah, I like that card. You know the artist off the top of your head?
I can't really see it particularly well, and like I don't remember specifically that page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
and I mean
like
that's the other thing.
it's perfectly serviceable. It might be Paul Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, and also I mean that's there's some artists with styles on characters. Iron Man, it's hard to make look bad. Fairly certain I've grabbed this Lilith before. Ooh, nice. The Magneto in the center. And is that Sylvester again?
What? No, that's Art Thibert.
So isn't that okay? So Art, what they're brothers, right? Or there are two of them, aren't there? Or am I wrong?
What are you talking about?
I don't
No,
know.
are you thinking of the Hildebrands?
Okay, there we go.
Or
See,
oh no, are you thinking of the Cuberts? You're thinking of the
I'm probably
Cuberts.
doing that. Okay, so this is why you're here, Jeff, because I would not be discussing artists and signatures on these cards if you were not here, because I did not know that. I've mentioned this. This is my favorite Thing card, the Casey Jones Thing. This is my absolute favorite card in the set. Morbius.
Oh, the Thing with the busted up face.
Yeah, the Casey Jones mask. I love it. We got our Morbius, who, Dave Bell went viral for saying we need more Morbius. We got the Blood Axe versus Thor. Again, 1993, because we looked at the back of that card. That is a pretty wicked looking back of the card. And I think you've mentioned, how do you feel about Thor with the beard?
I don't mind him with the beard. I didn't like that he had like the eye mask on that helmet.
Yeah, just the normal helmet. This is, I don't know, This is one of my least favorite. There are just 3. This page has just 3 across on each. It's one of the more boring pages, and then one of the more. It bums me out. Like, again, I really want to stress, even if some of the comments are like, the art's uninspired or whatever. It's like I think it was just more rushed. So some, on Nerd and on many things, we even discussed that this week, where it's like sometimes when you're critical of a piece of art, it's not even necessarily the artist or the person who gets credit did good or bad. I've grabbed the Wild Pack before. We got our Thor. I love this page. This has like a wicked looking Loki on it. It's one of my favorite pages in the set.
Oh, that's one with the Loki's like big head from the side.
I love it. Got our Galactus. And the Sinister Six. Heck yeah. Probably not going to happen with how I didn't even realize Kraven the Hunter came out, and then I'm seeing articles about how bad it's doing.
Seems to be a lot of people saying that.
And yeah, I think on Hypecast 5. I'm just counting how many 8s. 9, 10, 11. Okay, 2 packs left. Jeff, I will give you dealer's choice. We got Silver Sable, Daredevil, Deathlock, or Spider-Man. Who should we go with?
Silver Sable.
Awesome. Okay. And let's see what else. So Mike Mayhew Studios on Thursday. Anything else going on this week? Time for a mailbag, or are you coming up on that Christmas time, Jeff, which I myself
I'm going to try to be able to do a mailbag because I got some really cool stuff that I want to show off. So if I can do a mailbag, I will. But it's pretty busy. I've got a lot to do. So
and I have no help because of course Friday we recorded Anne and the Apocalypse, and today we recorded X-Men, and then I know you also recorded with Kim this week. So it's just like, I know recording has been pretty swamped. Carnage is just a cool character. And there was I want to say a Super Nintendo game with like Spider-Man and Venom versus Carnage, which I really liked.
It was called Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a pretty fun game. I seem to remember there was like a Death of Superman game too. Like the Super Nintendo had some good.
There was. That's not a very good game though.
Really, like the one where you're the Thor and you fly. I don't know. We have established, Jeff, on this week's episode of Nerds, so I had to keep plugging it, but Childhood Dre may not have had the best taste in things. An adult Dre that still likes the stuff Childhood Dre liked may also not have the best taste in things.
Yeah.
All right, Nova. I can't remember if that's the new or old version, right? Because I remember like I had some comics around this time, and like his suit gets like he loses something, but he gets a new suit or whatever. This goblin zombie ass Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
I don't know what happened to Sabretooth there.
Well, Sabretooth wasn't supposed to be bulky. Sabretooth wasn't not a bulky character until X-Men the Animated Series made him bulky.
I guess you're right.
He was actually like a lean. He was like lean and he had a different costume. And then that design, the animated series design, ended up becoming like taking over as the major design for Sabretooth.
That's kind of wild because we were even commenting on this week's episode on like how they actually do have like different body styles, different types on that show, which I like. Rhino's pretty rad.
Rhino. He's right next to Shock, I believe.
Ooh, nice memory. Doc Samson, this Captain Planet guy here.
Doc Samson. Oh, look at Vest Reed
Mr.
coming
Fantastic with the vest. And I've
that's
drawn a few.
Clearly
things.
Ron Lim. Like that's
Ron Lim
clearly
again.
an obvious.
Ron Lim drawing a limb. That joke's never going to get old to me. You may, not for me fanboying out or anything, you may never want to introduce me. I'm going to end with a Deathlock, Jeff. And then I'll have 9 more to break next year. But yeah, because I'm not going to be able to stop myself from that pun, Jeff.
What, from Ron Lim?
Yeah, you know, do you have
Well, I'll
trouble
just
drawing
make sure you never meet him.
I'm sure he's never heard that either, too. Probably not a big worry. We even. Oh, cool! I do get actually, I get a good $20.99. Look at this. Flipped around back. So that's how you can tell. And it's one of the few good ones because I've gotten some other $20.99s, and the selection for this set
Gotten like Ravage
is not the most amazing. But I pull a Doom $20.99. It's like Doom and Spider-Man, I think, are the two that you want to get. So pretty good. The corners in this box have not, like the edges and corners have not been amazing. This one looks in okay shape. As mentioned, this wouldn't even be worth grading, and I have no, like, it's not sentimental enough to me. I'm not a big Doom fan. I think you have a Doom fan, don't you, Jeff?
I did, but he had to shift from cards to producing.
Okay. If he ever hops back on cards, keep me posted, because I'm sure we'll remember in months and months in the future if that happens. Oh, and like, yep, we got the collation thing coming up. I'm fairly certain we've seen most of this, right? Cable, Hulk versus the Leader, Origin, Cannonball. Okay, this is new, but that 4 definitely happened before, which a lot of 90s cards, you'll see that. Similar
you got
runs.
That Moses Magnum ass card.
Yeah. Okay, Oculus. Micromax. Who's this guy? Peterson again?
Oh, that's fun. I believe his fun fact is that he's actually fat. If you look at the bottom, there's a fun fact, and I believe it's that he's actually fat.
Hide his normally flabby physique while in his superhero identity. Hey, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, because he can control the size of his body, so he makes him look like he's not.
Yeah. Oh, yep. And we're getting this again. We already So this yeah. I have no idea how they do collation, but it's clear like we have 2 runs that we've seen before. If I was more nerdy and was like recording as I went or went back in time and collated, I could definitely see. Hey, we've seen these before. Okay, Jeff. So I've got another nerd break for some time in the future. Still have I break up my boxes and then try and complete sets. I'll fill in the binder. I don't know if I have a complete set of Marvel Universe yet, but if I do, I can complete the binder. And similar to the Garbage Pail Kids, aka mutant, or what is it, mutagen kids, right? So Garbage Pail style. Those are not official Garbage Pail
kids.
Yeah, mutagen canister kids. But I, with apologies, and I mean I know he is an artist. Has done Garbage Pail Kids art. Like, I kind of just like Mark Pignator more on his own. Like, it's good stuff.
Well, he's not constrained to the licensing agreements. Like, he's doing his own stuff independently without going through. So, like, he's not, Topps isn't telling him what to do. He can do whatever he wants.
Okay, so Burrito being a wiseacre like I am recording. What I'm saying, Burrito, is like, if I was nerdy, I could go through and mark myself like as I pulled them and then like compare them later, which does sound like something I would do, but that's a bridge too far even for me. So I'm gonna just get this Doom sleeved up really quick and top loaded. And like I said, save it for years and years in the future when one of Jeff's fans is a Doom head and I'm in town. Also, that the fan, I forget. I mean, you don't out any fans. We respect anybody who goes onto Patreon, but they like won the lottery because you pulled like a Doom Hollow that was a little dented, so you're like all yours. That was a good time, and I think you were also able to get an Art Adams Doom signature, right?
Yeah, he got an Art Adams auto on a Doom.
Yeah, let's keep selling that out. Like, basically, here's what I want to put in your head: 2 things. For patreon.com/Jeff May, which is on your screen as we're talking. There is now gift patronages that you can do. So if you're looking for a cheap gift that you don't like want to send along to everybody, you know, that doesn't want to have stuff, if that makes any sense, I recommend that as a good gift. Regardless, we know this time of year, you know, we're all buying Christmas gifts or paying, like, airline flights have gone up. All of the budget airlines out of Appleton, Wisconsin are out, like Allegiant and Frontier don't want to fly near me. So, you know, totally hear that. But keep in mind for like future coming year tax return season, as an example, patreon.com/Jeff May. Jeff, the rookie card tiers where you send packs in the mail is one of the best deals out there. And you do stuff like you'll do the circuits, like go to conventions. And if you happen to know some artists, sometimes you get signatures, you'll collate like holograms and stuff. So that is really fun stuff. Wait. Okay. So Art Spiegelman is the creator of Garbage Pail Kids? Huh. Who knew? I bet you and Burrito both
creator? Is he the creator or is he a contributor?
Let's do, you know, let's end this with one thing that everybody loves, which is, you know, a Google search, and then I'll maybe drag it over if it confirms. It's a co-creator, but yes, according to Wikipedia, Mark Spiegelman,
with Mark Newgarden and John Pound. Yeah,
John Pound.
Good for them.
All right,
that's awesome.
You know, we all learned something here today. All right,
Pulitzer Prize winning author of Mouse, Art Spiegelman.
Makes sense. I remember that is one of those seminal books, right? You read when you're younger, and you're like, oh, yeah, comics can be more, and you learn more stuff. Okay, so Jeff, anything else we want to plug?
Folks, make sure you come back on Wednesday. I'll be doing a break with David Bell. I'm gonna be doing my best to make sure I can get the packages out. I'm not sure they're going to arrive before Christmas. This has been a very difficult month for me to find any time to piece those together, but I'm going to do my best. Other than that, like, just be cool, man. Be cool.
Oh, and I mean, we have, like, I don't know how you'd phrase this. Like, Anna and the Apocalypse is a fine dining episode of Nerd.
It's a brilliant, underappreciated episode.
It's an underappreciated movie with two, if I may, puff up our chests on that, two very clever people giving good insight. You know, because I like the Nerd Show. I'm proud of us. We do good stuff. Let's see. Did you, when you did the, you made an image of you and I for it. Did that get posted?
I have not. I actually haven't posted it yet. I haven't posted anything on social media.
So Jeff, can I ask a favor for fans? Can we give an exclusive? Can we give it, you know, can we give
do you want to put it on the, if I sent it to you, you can put it on the screen if you want.
So by the way, you know, peek behind the curtain, giving stuff away. I'm stalling as I'm getting it prepped. So, you know, the magician thing, but yes.
Yeah, go for it. I think it's really funny. Right, it's one of my favorites that we've done.
I love when you're able to do this, Jeff, when you make the, you know, put our heads on various covers. I have mentioned, let's see, do I have I don't have a camera readily available, and I don't know how I look. But yeah, I'm going to have to give you a new image for that. The top of my head is thinned a little, and I've got a full-on beard, man. So for next year, for images you used, and I can give you different profiles. But yes, Anna and the Apocalypse, this was a fantastic episode of Nerd, coming free on Thursday. If you're a member of the Patreon, you've probably already heard it. Go watch the movie if you haven't. The movie's really good.
Landon just watched it.
It's really, really good. And then I did hop into the Gamefully Unemployed Discord to basically say, if you liked the Guy School Musical series of podcasts they did over there, like, this is right up that alley. So great movie.
Nice.
Check it out. That's the gourmet dining episode of Nerd. And then on Thursday, if you're a Patreon member, come back for a very Morlock Christmas of the X-Men.
The broken bag, the bag of broken Doritos of.
Ouch. I was going to be like McDonald's, and Jeff's going even further. All right. So that's it. Hey there, Jeff Rowe for Jeff on the socials. Nerd Numbers for myself on the socials. Patreon.com/Jeff May. You are at Jeff Has Cool Cards on YouTube. Please hit like and subscribe. Jeff, I'll let you have the last word. I ape you entirely, do the thumbs up thing, and then.
I can do the last word. Yeah. Farts. fart butt,
Nope, nope.
fart butts.
We're changing.